Hi everyone. It is 1:30 p.m. here in New York. Welcome back to my vlog. This is my life, because guess what? This is my life. And as I promised in my last video, I was going to come back and do my video about my sound sensitivity. Now, it is quiet out there. It's quiet. It's quiet. No music, no nothing. I think they're taking a nap. I think they are. I think the heathens, the animals, went back to their cave to take a nap. Okay, it is almost 2 o'clock. Only a few people understand that. Anybody that doesn't, I'm sorry, that went over your head. So, let's talk sound sensitivity. Now, when you struggle with sound sensitivity, certain noises can irritate you. They can cause heart palpitations. They can cause headaches, head pressure, migraines, you name it. What causes the sound sensitivity is always something different. Everybody is different. Me, I've struggled with sound sensitivity since I was very young, but it got worse as I got older. And one of the things that used to irritate me was opening up a can of biscuits. Okay, raise of hands. Okay, how many people cannot open a can of biscuits, peeling it without flinching while you're doing it? And then when it does pop, you're practically just jumped out of your body and your soul just disappeared. I cannot open a can of biscuits, okay? I have to either go really slow and pray it doesn't bust, or I had to stop myself from it there because, my husband's voice just popped in my head from what I just said. To take it slow so it don't bust. Thank you, Zach, for warping your wife's mind. Okay, because he would say, that's what she said. All right. Back to what I was saying before my husband's voice kind of interrupted me. So you either has to take it slow or to break open, or I have to hand it over to my husband for him to do it for me. Another thing is the military. We all know how loud the military is. Whether you've been in the military or you've just seen, documentaries, or you've seen news reports of it, but the best way to know about the military is to actually be in it and how loud it is. Rifles, grenades, uh, launchers, you name it, tanks, anything that's going off. Okay. Now, back when I was in basic training, I got in trouble a lot. And I don't know, I think I was just testing them, because I was a female. I wanted to see how far I could get it before they snapped. Well, obviously they snapped quite quickly because I didn't know how to not get in trouble. So I would usually get smoked where I would be in the pits doing, iron mics, the front back go, push ups, sit ups, you name it. Okay. Lunges, you name it. But when I was doing the firing range and I got in trouble, my earplugs came out. Yeah. So, however basic training is now is not how it was back then. How people are going through basic training now, from what I've heard, you're being babied. What is this that I heard about? You can pull this card where they don't have to yell at you. I don't know how many times I had that freaking drill sergeant have his drill sergeant hat touching my hat and him yelling and spitting in my face. Well, anyways, go back to me having to take the earplugs out. So I ended up having a lot of sound sensitivity because of the military, hearing everything, hearing the rifles and everything going off in my ears. So, military is one of the blames for my sound sensitivity and for my partial hearing loss. And here's the kicker: I have a hearing loss, but you don't hear me yelling and screaming like the wild animals downstairs. No, I know how to keep my voice at a certain level. I am told sometimes I am a little loud, but I'm not that loud. Um, Another thing that caused my sensitivity to sound is the fact that I spent so many years, and I probably want to say 20 years, uh, in abusive relationships where I was screamed at and I was talked down, and he raised his voice to me on a daily basis. That could be another thing that is causing my sound sensitivity, which is another reason I don't like them downstairs talking so loud, screaming, and whatnot, acting like wild animals, is because one, it triggers me. It triggers me. And two, it irritates my hearing. Once my hearing is irritated, then my head starts hurting, and we go into a whole situation. So there's a lot of things that can cause people to have sound sensitivity. Abuse, being screamed at, um, military, trauma to your ears, um, listening to loud music, which they're going to be deaf by the time they get to be my age. They're going to be deaf. Okay, if they want to keep listening to music like that, by the time they're my age, they're going to be deaf. Um, Certain medications can cause problems with your hearing. I am learning that after coming off of my medications. There's a whole list of different things that can cause you to have sound sensitivity. So I'm going to talk to you about my sound sensitivity and what I go through, and how I, before I came here, obviously, how I help myself with my sound sensitivity. Being here, I really can't do it. I can't do it. So I'm going to be like delayed on helping my sound sensitivity until we get out of here. All right. So, when did my sound sensitivity get to the point that it really irritated me? That it started to have caused me actual problems. My sound sensitivity started actually giving me problems after I came off my medication. When I stopped taking Xanax, which I was taking off at cold turkey, we're not going to get into anything about benzodiazepines and what I went through or how was withdrawals and blah blah blah. We are not talking about that yet. That's another story. Okay, that's another nightmare. After I came off of Xanax, and then eventually I came off of all my antidepressants, I started to notice that certain sounds triggered me. And you're probably thinking, well, what were those triggers? What did it cause? Well, for some reason, after being on medications for 12 years, it masked, certain things that, within your body. Um, it masks a lot of symptoms that you have. Like, I didn't notice until after I came off my medication that I actually had a back problem. Come to find out, my misaligned spine that I thought realigned, a long time ago, was still misaligned. So what all that medication was doing, it was masking it. So when you're on medication and it masks, then once you're off it, you start to see certain things. Well, my thing is I starting to realize that I have a sensitivity to sound. I do struggle with 24/7, 24/7. And it may stop when I'm sleeping, but I highly doubt 24/7 ringing in both ears. It sounds like a cicada is trapped in my ears. So let's get back to the sound sensitivity. I was, when I first came off my medication, I wasn't able to watch certain things on TV. I was not able to watch certain things because they're loud. And what it did is and you can turn the volume down and whatnot. It would irritate my ears. It would irritate the hearing. So it took me the longest time to be able to watch TV, watch movies because of my sound sensitivity. It took me a while to be able to listen to music because of my sound sensitivity. Um, and listening to loud sounds, that wasn't helpful for me at all. Kind of like the situation I'm in now, it's not helping me. Now, there are ways to help you get past your sound sensitivity. And those things I have tried. I have tried. Um, I've been on different groups on Facebook and everything. I've been in different groups, talk anxiety groups, panic groups, whatever. And they really didn't talk much on how to help yourself get through certain things. So I learned all this shit on my own. Okay. And it's not something that you're going to hear, a doctor tell you because they want you back on that medication you came off of. And that's like my case is once I came off my medication, my sound sensitivity did show up. Or it was there and I just didn't have a reason to worry about it. Well, anyways, this is what you do. If you struggle with sound sensitivity, what can help you is play. Good thing to have is have a good set of headphones. Have a good set of headphones, whether they're the kind that go over your head, they go in your ears, whatever. Have a good set of headphones. Okay, earbuds, headphones, AirPods, whatever. Make sure they're decent. And always have them with you. Always have them with you. And what you do is you play soothing sounds, nature sounds, soothing music. I have found that soft instrumental really helps. And what you're doing is you're putting a soothing sound in your ears. Nature sounds, that's best for bedtime. That is great for bedtime. Because for me, with my tinnitus, when it gets quiet in the room, my tinnitus is so loud. That ringing gets so loud that it starts giving me a headache. Okay? It starts giving me a headache. So what I do is I'll get into nature sounds on my cell phone. You can find it. You find them on, Pandora. You can find it on Spotify. You can find it anywhere. You can find apps that can help you. I did have some apps on my phone, but unfortunately now they're pay for apps. They used to be free. Now they're paid for. It really ticks me off. But listen to soft sounds or nature sounds. Another thing I found, and this only works if you're like me and can listen to Christmas music all year long. Christmas instrumental music. Anything instrumental, okay? Christmas is one of my big ones. It annoys the hell out of my husband to be hearing jingle bells or we wish you a Merry Christmas, you know, in the summer. Of course, I use the excuse it's Christmas in July, right? So, soft instrumental music or nature sounds. That helps. But like I said, make sure you always have your earbuds or your headphones or anything with you at all times, just in case. Another thing is get yourself some noise canceling headphones, or you can get just regular headphones that distort sound. I have a pair of, I have a set of, I have a headphones in storage. Love them. They're pink. Got them at Runnings. Uh, and that helped me a lot. But since a lot of my shit is like stuck in the back of my storage unit, I couldn't get to mine. So my husband had to go out and get me a new one. And I wish I knew what I did with them. And I'm going to have to find them. No wonder I've been listening to the loud noises. I can't find my headset. All right. So, you know those ones that people wear when they're mowing the lawn? Those kind. Those type. And what you do is, if you know you're going somewhere and it's going to be loud, like carnival, a fair, a grocery store, retail store, anywhere that you know is going to be loud and you do struggle with sound sensitivity, the best thing to do is keep those with you as well. They're a little bulky, but keep them with you as well. I think they do sell smaller ones that are like your earbuds, but I'm not 100% sure. And if you're on a budget like me and you have to go cheap, and cheap in price, um, best bet is just go out and get those ones that people wear when they're on the lawnmower. That's the best bet. Another thing that can help with your sound sensitivity is remove yourself from it. Exactly. One thing you can do is if something is loud, move yourself away from it. Okay. And if you struggle with sound sensitivity, don't be going off and going to concerts. Don't be going to concerts. Okay. Yeah, I know it sounds like a lovely life to be living with sound sensitivity. Don't go to concerts. You're just going to cause more problems for your ears. Yeah, you're just going to cause more problems with your ears. I mean, another thing, and you can still go to these because you don't need to really be hearing anything. Monster truck rallies. Maybe that's where my hearing problem came from. Going to the monster truck rallies as a kid. That could be it. If you go to a monster truck rally, please, please, whether you have a hearing problem or not, sound sensitivity, hearing problem, whatever, get some of those headphones. Put them on. It gets loud in there, believe me. I grew up going to those monster truck rallies, and holy cow, they are loud. They are loud. Seriously, they are loud. And I don't understand parents to take their kids there and I don't see the kids with those headphones on. Like, do you want your child to go deaf? Okay. I don't think I would want to live having to wear a cochlear or a hearing aid. Do you want something that magnets to your head? Oh, no. Because you know how that magnets to your head? You want to know how that cochlear magnets to your head? They have to get in there and implant something in your skull to get it to magnet there. Exactly. Do you want that? No, no. I know a few people that have it. I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for them. They're young too. Well, anyways, with sound sensitivity, like I said, play some soft instrumental music or nature sounds. Wear those things on your ears. Uh, Move yourself away from the loud sound. Another thing that you can do to help yourself, if you can't always get away from that, like if you live around a lot of loud noise, like I do, get out of the house as much as you can. Get out of your house and go into nature. Even if you have to drive, like me, if I wanted to go out to find me some nature to wander around in, I actually would have to take a half an hour drive just to get to some nature. Real nature, I mean, not little parks that have some trees there. To get some real nature, I gotta drive a half an hour just to get me some real nature. But go outside, enjoy some nature, get yourself away from what is stressing you out. Because believe me, when you struggle with sound sensitivity and something has triggered off that sensitivity right there, you're stressed out. It stresses you. Like right now, I hear the thumping of the music below me. I'm trying to keep myself occupied on this video because I don't need to stress myself out. Okay. But I guarantee my mental health is not going to get any better until we get out of here. That's all I got to say. So, sound sensitivity is not the end of the world, but it makes it hard to live every day. And what I mean by it's hard to live every day is because certain, the littlest things can trigger out your sound sensitivity. My husband playing a game on his cell phone, it can easily trigger my sound sensitivity, and then it makes my head hurt. I could be watching a show, and yes, I do watch TV now. I watch it all on my cell phone because I can't watch anything on my TV because obviously there's no internet hooked up to it. But I have other reasons for that, and I'll explain that in another video that kind of goes with this one. But it's a whole different problem. Um, Screaming, people screaming like little wild animals, that triggers me out really bad. People opening and slamming their damn doors when you can shut your door quietly, and that triggers out my sound sensitivity, stresses me out. I start complaining about it. My husband's sick and tired of hearing me complain about it. I'm even tired of me complaining about it. Makes me want to just get out the stun gun and just start stunning people until they learn. Turn damn music down. Stop slamming damn doors. Makes me want to ask, were you one parent home? Did dad leave for the get some milk? Did he not come back with the Pop Tarts? Did he say he was going to get cigarettes? But sound sensitivity, it's not the end of the world, but it is a bitch to live with. Yeah. I'll be glad the day that my sound sensitivity is just to a minimum. That's all I got to say. And it won't be anytime soon while I'm still here. From the time I've been standing here, doing this video, I have heard those doors open and shut at least 20 times. So far, I am at 22 minutes and 30 seconds. And I've heard that the doors open and shut at least 20 times. That's like an open and shut every minute. So people wonder why my sound sensitivity triggers me. When it comes to the noises that I have to listen to on a daily basis, it just reminds me of the 20 years of abuse that I put up with. The slamming of doors, for one. That's all I used to hear, doors slamming. Loud voices, screaming, being obnoxious. Okay, that right there triggers me because of abuse I put up with. Because I was screamed at, I was belittled, I was put down. That triggered me. That triggers me. So right now, the sounds that I'm dealing with inside here in this house, I am being triggered because it gives me flashbacks of what I dealt with when I was in abusive relationships. And because I struggle with head pressure and migraines and all that, I've struggled for years. I was in a relationship where when when he was listening to music at a low level, um, I would start talking about how my head was hurting. And what would he do? Turn the volume up. That would make my head throb in pain. And that right there, loud music, it triggers me out. I go into a flashback and whatnot. And you're probably saying, well, you can go to counseling for that. I've been in counseling. They like the money. They really don't give a shit about the patient. I might do a video about counseling and how it's a waste of money. Find somebody like me who's been through it all. I'll counsel you. Oh, you want to pay me to counsel you? I will counsel you. And guess what? I won't charge a lot because I'm not a professional. But I've been through it all and I probably know more than counselors do. Kind of like I've been told I know a lot more than some doctors do. So, yeah, so that's sound sensitivity. Not much you can do about it, but there are things that can help it. Okay. So, if you struggle with sound sensitivity and you want to know a little bit more about it, or what you can do is you can leave me a comment, or my email address is right in the description for this vlog. Email me. I check my emails daily and I respond like that once it's read. Okay. I get notifications on my phone when I get a new email. So if you do email me, it will show up on my phone. 25. We're up to 25 right now. And we're at 26 minutes of recording. Like I said, every minute a door is being slammed. Like they say, every minute a baby is being born. Well, here, every minute a door is being slammed. Back to my email. You can email me if you have any questions or anything. I can help. Okay. I'm not going to charge you guys. There ain't no point of it. I've been through it all, and I don't want to see anybody else having to go through some of the shit I've been through. And we will talk more about my mental health problems later on. But right now, we're going to end this video about sound sensitivity because I want to start talking to you about light sensitivity. Yeah, that's a fun one to have to live with, especially at Christmas time, especially at Halloween time. Halloween time's the worst. Halloween time is the worst. I I'm missing out on a lot of shit because of my light sensitivity. But I'll talk to you more about that later. And yes, I am wearing a Christmas shirt. I do naughty nicely. Because yes, I do. I do naughty nicely. Nobody needs to know. But yeah, I was looking for a long sleeve shirt, and unfortunately the ones that were hanging in the closet that I organized, I have to wash them because I found out that a mouse had been climbing up them to get to that shelf. Because you know how I knew? There was because I had a bag of gluten-free pancake mix on that top shelf. I had a bag of flour on that top shelf. They both were chewed open. Yes, they're in the trash. And what happened is flour got all over that shelf, let alone mouse crap as well. It was disgusting. Anyways, the paper from the bags, they were chewing them up to probably take back to their little nest, which stick of dynamite will get rid of that nest. Um, so when I was cleaning the closet, I found like little wads of paper on my clothes. So I knew they were all over those clothes. So now they're in my hamper waiting to get washed. I don't think they're going to be getting washed tomorrow like my laundry usually is because we need groceries. And the clothes that are in the laundry basket can wait until next Monday. What is next Monday? Oh shit. Can I? Hello? Nope. My appointment's not next Monday. Woo! I thought my appointment for my Botox was consultation was next week. I was gonna say, oh hell, what the hell? No, that's the 28th. Oh, we'll talk about that later too. We'll talk about my Botox that I'm gonna be getting soon. Botox. Yeah, that ought to be fun. All right, so I'll let y'all go, and I'm gonna take a little break. Check out my videos. Do some things that I need to do, and then I'm going to check the time, get a hold of my husband, see if he's going to be hanging out after work or is he going to be coming straight home, which I don't know if it's supposed to rain. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't check. So yeah, I'm going to check in on that. I already had my lunch and yeah, not much I can do. My head hurts. Sound sensitivity. I don't think I talked about that. But yeah, sound sensitivity gives you a big migraine. It does. And it hurts your eyes too, because the migraine's going into your eyes. So I'll let y'all go. But again, like I said, if you have any questions about sound sensitivity, if you do struggle with it, leave me a comment. I'll get back to you. Or you can email me, email address in the description. So I will see you all later. So stay tuned. I'll be back.